part of any video game is the soundtrack. Whether you are enjoying the landscapes of a massive open world map or engaged in a complicated boss battle, music has the ability to accentuate the experience. So acknowledged is the role of music in video games that one is even able to buy video game soundtracks separately from the game if one likes. In appreciation of the glorious soundtracks that often accompany video games, I've decided to make a list naming my top 5 favorite soundtracks. In listing these soundtracks, I am not saying that they are the best ever created or whatever, rather just that they were the ones that I enjoyed the most. Also, please note that due to copyright reasons, I won't be including any soundtracks from the games mentioned in this video, but be sure to find links to suggested songs in the description. Starting off at number 5, Batman Arkham Origins. Ironically, this is probably the worst Batman Arkham game, depending on how you played Arkham Knight really. However, it definitely had my favorite soundtrack. From the opening theme, I was ready to jump into the action and understood that Gotham was in some crazy danger and that Batman would have to, once again, save it in a single night. Walking around the city, the music gave off a foreboding feeling of you not being wanted. Each major assassin, spoilers in the storyline, 8 assassins are contracted to kill you, had their own theme, which made the different dynamic and personality of each character known. It also definitely highlighted the boss battles, one of the singular aspects that the game was highly praised for. I listened to the soundtrack months later after I finished the game, definitely making it one of my all-time favorite video game soundtracks. Songs to listen to in the Batman Arkham Origins soundtrack include Bane and Can't You Just Play Along. Number 4, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Black Flag is often touted as the title that saved the Assassin's Creed franchise. It was definitely one of my favorites in the franchise. If I were to name Black Flag my favorite in the series, it would probably be due to the game's Brian Tyler composed soundtrack. The soundtrack definitely makes me feel like I'm a pirate exploring the world in the early 18th century. Even when I'm not playing the game, listening to certain tracks makes me feel inquisitive about traveling the world. It may just be a mental association, but for the ability for simple sounds to do that is quite amazing. If you're looking for some good inspiring music, give this soundtrack a listen. It has certainly helped me get through cleaning the dishes faster. Songs to listen to on the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag soundtrack include The High Seas, main titles, and The Ends of the Earth. Number 3, Dragon Age Inquisition. Dragon Age Inquisition, despite all of the awards it won, it is actually a game that disappointed me immensely. The game is massive, I'll give it that, but overall it was an endless stream of fetch quests interrupted by cutscenes. I really enjoyed the first 2 Dragon Age games and thus feel very bitter that this was indeed the case. If there is any redeeming factor in this game, it is the soundtrack, which had absolutely amazing tracks. Starting the game up, the opening shots coupled with the main theme just makes you think that you are in for one of the most epic adventures ever. If EA could make the next Dragon Age game as epic as the soundtrack, I would be so happy. Holding thumbs, it's not another Mass Effect Andromeda. Songs to listen to on the Dragon Age Inquisition soundtrack include main titles and The Dawn Will Come. Number 2, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The Witcher 3 is probably my favorite game of all time. I mean, as in ever. When I finished it, I felt as if I had a void in my life, as I would never be able to experience it for the first time again. This game had one of the best stories I have ever encountered in a game, compounded with one of the best video game soundtracks I've ever heard. When Geralt enters into eerie situations, you begin to feel somewhat on edge, which in large part is due to the soundtrack accompanying the scene. When you begin a game of Gwent, an exciting ambiance is present, largely due to the upbeat track that accompanies Gwent matches. When Gonto Dim approaches you, you feel somewhat afraid due to his offsetting theme. It is all just so well done. Songs to listen to in the Witcher 3 soundtrack and its expansions include The Fields of Ardskelliger, Geralt of Rivia, and Blood and Wine. Number 1, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. It is true that I was dangerously addicted to Skyrim during 1 year at university. I started playing the game a year after it came out and then just couldn't stop playing it. Skyrim is Skyrim. What can I really say that hasn't been said before? It is definitely one of of my favorite gaming experiences. It was the first game I ever platinumed. I know for a fact, however, that I would not have loved this game as much as I did without the soundtrack that accompanies it. Just the main titles is enough for anybody to believe that they are indeed the invincible until you kill a chicken, Dragonborn. The Witcher 3 may be my favorite game of all time, but Skyrim definitely has my favorite video game soundtrack. Songs to listen to in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim soundtrack include Dragonborn, Sovngarde, and Skyrim Atmospheres. So this is my list. What are your favorite video game soundtracks? Please share in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.